here is the difference between the way a jock, an athlete who gets hurt, has a concussion, is treated, and the way the average person I represent is treated. All right. Now, the first difference is a very significant difference, is the person who is an athlete who gets injured, his injury is witnessed. Let's just say an NFL football player. It's not only witnessed by 60,000 people in a stadium, it's witnessed by 1 million people watching on television, and there's an actual videotape in almost every case of the specific force that caused the injury. So from the moment of the injury, there's never any doubt that this person had some type of alteration in consciousness caused by the event. They're laying on the ground, the athletic trainer comes up, let's say 5 or 10 seconds might have elapsed, maybe 15 or 20 before there are other people around, and they're not responding in the way that it would be appropriate for them to respond. In all of those cases of athletes, there's always clear-cut evidence that someone actually had an injury to their brain. Now, in contrast, if you're in a motor vehicle accident, let's say it's a 2-car accident, it will probably be a minute, it could be longer, before there's anybody other than the person who's injured who's there to witness what's going on. Of course, there's not going to be a videotape. We're not going to know exactly what forces the head and the brain were exposed to in this accident. But in all likelihood, there's going to be a minute or more before there's a witness. Now, if you've ever watched a boxing match, you know that when somebody gets knocked down in a fight, there is a 10-second count to determine whether or not the fight is over or they get back on their feet. And we know if we watch the boxing match that if the person can manage to survive for the next minute or two, they may actually not get knocked out. They may not have another crisis in the ring, and if they can get to the end of the round, they may very well come back out and later get better, recover, and win the fight. If your head injury in a motor vehicle accident is of the nature, the severity of what happens when somebody gets knocked down in a boxing match, and within 2 or 3 minutes you are back to some semblance of being able to function, then it is highly unlikely that it's going to be noticeable for the amateur observer who is the first person to get to your vehicle after an accident.